What's good with y'all boys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to discuss why exactly it is that you get attention from women when you're on BodyGame. I'm pretty sure that some of y'all have seen the TikToks where women are out and they're like, yo, I don't like when dudes approach me when I'm shopping, when I'm getting gas, when I'm at the gym. Basically, they don't like when dudes approach them when they're out in their everyday life minding their business, right? Some dudes. They don't like when those dudes approach them, right? Now you gotta understand, there's a reason for all of these TikToks, right? It's not that dudes aren't approaching chicks in a sense that they don't want them. It's the dudes that the chicks want aren't the ones that are approaching them. Now, when I understood this, what I'm about to explain to you, it was kind of difficult for me to wrap my head around it because I'm a person that pays attention to detail, right? Females are not always the same. The majority of them. I'm about to explain to you what's going on. Some of you have heard the phrase, 80% of men are invisible to women. And it goes in hand with women only want the top 20% of men, right? When you go out in public, for example, say you're not on BodyGame, and you see a female that you think is attractive, here's what actually happens. You go up to her, you introduce yourself, you say, hey, how you doing, blah, 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 I thought you were fine AF, can I get your digits? Maybe she gives you her number. Maybe she doesn't give you her number. Maybe she gives you her number and doesn't text you back. Maybe she gives you a fake number. Blah, 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 blah. The interaction goes, right? You're not on BodyGame. What you saw, or what actually played out in reality, was you walking up to that chick and introducing yourself and trying to get her digits. What happened in her perspective, she was minding her business, and out of nowhere, a dude spawned and started asking her a bunch of questions. When I tell you it was kind of difficult for me to understand the concept of women literally not seeing dudes that aren't on BodyGame, it was kind of difficult because I'm like, I can't not see somebody that's in the vicinity. Like, if I walk into a room, subconsciously, I'm mentally counting the amount of individuals that are in that space. Like, I literally see everybody. For females, it's not the same, right? You are actually literally invisible to chicks when you're not on BodyGame. If you don't believe me, the next time you're hanging out with a female relative, or maybe a shorty that you're messing with, or just a female in general, it could even be your mom, right? I want you to do this. Y'all go out somewhere together, all right? It could be a grocery store, gas station, shopping, whatever. When you go into that establishment or wherever you go, I want you to look around for people that are close to you and look for a dude that's not on BodyGame. Take appearance and take note of what he's wearing, what he looks like, all the details. Make a mental note of that. Cool. After you leave the immediate vicinity of where you saw that dude, I want you to ask that female, hey, did you see that dude in such and such and such? List the details. Maybe he was wearing a red shirt. Maybe he had a low taper cut. Maybe he was just fat as shit, not in shape, not on BodyGame. Maybe he had a bag with him. Maybe he had a backpack on. Pull some of the details from the dude that you paid attention to and ask the chick that you're with if she saw that dude. 9 times out of 10, she's going to be like, what dude? I know this is crazy. This may sound crazy, but it's actually true. You are literally invisible to females when you're not on BodyGame. This is the reason why when you are on BodyGame, females break their necks to look at you because you literally grab their attention, right? You're different from the dude that is just a background character, an NPC. You're levels above him. The dude that's not on BodyGame, he's literally invisible. The reason why women get offended and pissed when dudes like that approach them is because they literally could not see you coming. They could not see you coming, bro. In her eyes, you're like a ghost that was given like a 5-minute entrance back into the human world to go and correct his regrets or whatever. And you just spawned talking about some, hey, can I get your number, your digits? I'm sorry, whatever. You literally caught her off guard. You're scaring the hoes. By not being on BodyGame, you're literally scaring the hoes by default because you just spawn out of nowhere in their eyes. It doesn't matter what you do. Unless you're moving extremely flashy to where the material possessions that you got catch her attention and finally force her to acknowledge your presence, females don't take note of you when you're not on BodyGame. And this is why the dudes that are on BodyGame get so much attention from females, because you're rare. You stand out. Your physique, it speaks. it speaks in a way that your mouth never could, and in a way that your mouth never will, because there's no mouthpiece that's gonna outdo body game at the end of the day, right? Chicks don't see the dudes that aren't on body game, and these are the same dudes that be coping saying, "Oh, it's a loneliness man epidemic." It ain't a loneliness man epidemic. It's an invisible man epidemic, nigga. You're literally fucking invisible. The bitch cannot see you. You do not exist to her. You will not exist until you get the gym, get locked in, and get on body game for real. Body game is literally your manifestation of a physical body, the embodiment of yourself in the physical realm, right? Everything is physical right now, but when it comes to females, you are spiritual when you're not on body game. You don't exist. You're like an entity. You're a myth. You don't come to life until you get on your shit, until you start working out, until you get on body game. That's the same reason. A fat dude approaches a chick, he spawned out of nowhere. And the fatter he is, the scarier it is, because she's like, how did I not see him coming? The chicks literally don't notice you. It was difficult for me to wrap my head around this shit because I couldn't comprehend it. I'm like, bro, there's no way I can't not see somebody that's in my vicinity. But I did it before. I was out with a shorty. I said, yo, did you see that dude over there that was doing so-and-so? She's like, what dude? And I thought it was strange because the dude was doing some pretty obvious shit, but he wasn't on body game. She didn't notice his ass. You're literally invisible. So if you want to become uninvisible or you want to become visible to chicks, body game's your only option, right? Because unless you work with them where you're in their space consistently, they're not going to notice you. And you're going to be pretty dead when it comes to cold approaching. You're going to strike up pretty often because they just can't see you. You're literally invisible. You do not exist. So that's really it for the video, gang. The reason why you get attention from women when you're on body game is because they can actually see you, right? And I ain't really got to say too much. I can't really break this down anymore. Like, that's as much as I can break this shit down. Like, the shit is a little mind-boggling to me, but it is what it is. When you're not on body game, you don't stand out. You're invisible. That's it for the video, gang. I'm up out of here. Peace.